light of recent events that will be touched on after they're handled, I want to talk about my healing journey through psilocybin. If you don't know what that is, it's also called magic mushrooms. Uh, they you know who I'm talking about. They make it seem like it's a horrible thing, but it's definitely not when used properly. I many of you know, several years ago I lost my dad, and he was the most amazing human being you could ever meet. And losing him was like the worst thing that could have ever happened to me. It brought up a lot of trauma, and my doctor called it trauma-induced anxiety. I wasn't able to like function properly. I would go into a store and my hands would sweat, my heart would race, I'd feel, just shaky. I'd always notice myself watching, looking around, but never actually being in the moment. And a couple years later, have a drunk driver run through my house, run through my car, after, going through postpartum depression, just a lot of stuff happening at the same time. And then I lost my Facebook account. It got hacked. It was like the only thing that I had left of my dad. All the memories of, 10, 15 years just gone. And that put me in a really bad spot. It had been 2.5 years since my dad had passed, but you don't get over that shit at all. So after that happened, I was ready to die, honestly. Like, I couldn't imagine myself living, but I have a daughter, so, I gotta live for her. And then I asked the universe to send me something, and, shrooms were presented to me the very next day from a very trusted source, a good friend of mine. And I began my journey that day. I took quite a bit. I didn't do a microdose at the beginning. And even after my first experience, I went into Walmart and I noticed that I could hear a conversation between a girl and her grandmother, which before I would notice those people, but I would never be able to like hear what they were saying because my brain would like shut that off. And I was like, okay. So my brain just kind of processed, which it's really hard to explain what it does unless you've actually like experienced it. But I almost felt like my brain was rewiring itself and getting rid of all the trauma that I had experienced in my life. And then I had another situation happen which made me realize that I have a lot of sexual trauma that I have not healed from, but it started that journey of healing that part of me as well. So now I've been microdosing and I feel like I'm becoming a whole human being. I've realized that I'm highly an empath and I can feel people's emotions. I've noticed that I just want to help people. I want to heal all the good people of this world so that we are not out here spreading our negative energies when it's not even our own negative energies. It's those outside energies that we don't know how to let go of. And that's the main thing, is letting go, because that's the hardest part. But once you learn how to do that, it's so much better. But with my microdosing, because I've been to several different therapies and been on several different medications, Prozac being the biggest one that was rough. It made me shake. It was awful. But then microdosing psilocybin, I just feel like the edge is gone, but I'm not like seeing things. I don't feel weird. I'm not like a crazy person seeing leprechauns out in the sky. Like, it's not anything like that. So if you've came here, if you've listened to this, I would definitely suggest to start your own research on psilocybin. It's definitely not legal in a lot of places, but there are places where it is. So just do your research and then live your best life, man.